Okay, let me see who we got in the back. Whoever you saw was coming on next. Go ahead, Z Banger.
Good night.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Um, as, well, I support your channel, and I just want to make a few points because I was surprised to hear your comments tonight. But I kind of caught you at the end of your other show.
Okay.
Okay, so two things. First, I want to say that most immigrants support reparations for African Americans. I can't see how we wouldn't. Because we ourselves from different islands do have gone forward for reparations for ourselves. And um, the second thing is that I want to say that it's Tariq. To be honest, I mean, we were supporting the whole idea of reparations, and then it became a whole xenophobic commentary from his part. And it was surprising to me because the check for the reparations is not a guarantee. But I don't think that you have to divide yourselves from immigrants to get that check. Yeah. And personally, when Tariq started to talk about immigrants ran from their countries,
Mhm.
that's not true for everyone. I mean, nobody asked the Asians if they ran from their countries when they came here. I mean, you see the Afghanis do it, but nobody tells the Chinese when they come here, why you left your country, you know. So
Well,
you
black people are oppressed everywhere they go. Maybe every
exactly.
race isn't. So when they're leaving a place, a lot of us in America, they talk about we out of here, we going to Africa. That's because we're trying to leave all of the oppression we deal with here and we want something different. So for black people, that's a little different because racism exists for us all across the world. So
Yeah,
y'all
but
experience it where you are too.
very true. But not everybody that left their country left because of oppression. Like I came here as an immigrant, but I didn't come because I was running for my country. There's no war in my country. There's no famine in my country.
No, but did you do
I came
you
here and
think
got married.
America is the better place to be, or that this is a land of a free where you will get more opportunity or can live better? That's why y'all come
Not
here.
really. I came here because I met my husband here. He's an immigrant from India.
Okay.
So he came here to work. I came here and got married to him.
And right, and he came here to work. That's what I'm saying. Most immigrants do come here though, because
Exactly.
that
But not
America
but
is
Indians are not asking him why he came to here. You know what I'm saying? Like black people are asking other black people why they came, but they're not asking other people why they came.
yeah, we know why they come because they all come here to capitalize in this country. Like even the Asians, they're just here to take over.
Exactly. So my other thing is that you can suddenly have what do you call it fire for other black people when you have a list of other people who are abusing you every day. It kind of don't make sense because like when are you going to fight white supremacy? How are we suddenly chopping at each other's necks just to get a check that is not even guaranteed? You can't
But
say
if
that
it's
I heard FBA and ADOS saying that they helped us get here. The problem is that somebody was saying I was listening. I can't hear, my phone is very low.
no, go ahead. You're fine.
Okay, yeah, my problem is that um if you look at the situation of black America, okay, like I had to educate myself about it when I came here. I had to teach myself about Emmett Till. I had to teach myself about the whole situation because that was nothing that I knew in detail. And I like little things like the angry black woman. After I heard about Emmett Till, I was like, you should have angry black women, so you let the society tell you that you shouldn't have these qualities. Like, okay, even plaiting your hair in braids. When I came here, people were like, oh, when you have your hair in cornrow, that means you're in the hood. And I'm like, how dumb is that? Like, I plait my hair in braids purposely because I'm like, I'm not gonna let white people dictate the things I do as a black person, you know, under their categories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think black Americans bend too much to what white America says. And then all of a sudden, you have heat for black immigrants when you're getting your ass kicked by white people still after 400 years. It makes no sense.
Who's kicking your ass though? Do you think your ass is
No
not
one. That's the
kicking?
thing.
No,
I was able to migrate here
and that's
because
the funny
migration is
thing.
normal.
No, that's the funny thing because
Mhm.
you think your picture that's sitting up there, you are a very melanated sister, and you
That's not
think
my
that
photo. That's a
okay,
model.
okay, well, that's not your photo. So
Mhm.
let's say, but you a black woman? Yes. I'm sorry, your mic is muted. I can't hear you, but you're a black woman, right?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you're a black woman. So again, being in this country, for you to even say what you just said, it was actually kind of disrespectful to say that white people have been whooping our ass for 400 years, and here they still are, and
Yes.
we don't have no heat for them, but for y'all. First of all,
Yes.
you come to this same place, and you are seen as the same kind of nigga as us.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And I
you
agree
are
with you,
under a
Mechee. I
facade.
agree.
You think out of your own mouth, you just said that you're not getting your ass whipped, and you're not under any of that. You are under a facade. See, that's what happens. Y'all come to this country, and you think because you're not the people that were here first, that we get our ass whipped, and none of that ass whipping comes to you, or you're not seen as the nigga. The fact that you're with
I agree with you.
man probably makes you feel even more like you're not one of the niggas.
No.
Okay.
You remember you were saying that immigrants weren't supporting in your fight, and that was my second question I forgot.
Okay, but wait, let me finish addressing the first
yeah,
step.
go ahead.
Because again, your comment once again was very disrespectful,
Mhm.
and that's part of the problem that we have to sit here and say we've been getting our ass whooped by the white man for all these years, and we're not ready to fight them. When you do understand, fighting the white man back in civil rights is the only reason you or your Indian ass husband is in this country.
But Mechee, that's not correct.
No, do you know that? It is because y'all weren't even here when all of that stuff went down, and all of the rights to allow other people to come into this country, including black immigrants, which they don't want y'all here more than anybody else. They let y'all come in. All of those fights
Exactly. You're saying that
for human
they
beings
let us come
came
in.
from our
You didn't let us
ADOS.
come in.
Wait a minute, getting beat up by dogs, getting beat down with water hoses before all of that time came. Y'all experienced none of that. And the bottom line is we do keep fighting. We have continued to fight. And
that's what I'm saying. You're fighting, but you can't start fighting.
Again, we are fighting, and we have been fighting from day one. And what we did not do is get up and leave and run. So you have a colonizer wherever you came from, and I don't see you there fighting them or having any victory where you're from in all of these years either. And you're not even.
We don't have the same situation as you said. We didn't have horses, we didn't have dogs, so the situation is not the same. Okay.
So
whites make up 0.05% of our population.
What you said, and we're not going to move past that. Again, I heard you sit and talk about all this rhetoric and how we have so much heat for y'all, but you're not speaking that when I said what I said, mine was in response to the shit y'all keep saying about us. And then the shit that just came out your mouth is exactly the type of stuff I'm talking about. You sat here and said we've been getting our ass whooped for 400 years. Do you understand?
But we all have.
Wait a minute, baby. Thank you. So I'm going to need you to stop that because all across this world, all Negroes are getting their ass whooped by white people.
And I agree.
So why did you just say that as though we're in a boat all by ourselves?
Because you're separating yourself as ADOS. You can't separate yourself as ADOS and not speak of yourself as ADOS. Okay. So I'm saying that ADOS.
Here goes the misunderstanding. Do you know why we claim ADOS? Do you even know what that is about or why it's being done?
Yes, but at this point it says American descendants of slaves.
And what is
not African descendants of slaves. Even right now, people are dividing themselves, saying that they are not even blacks.
You don't know.
They're saying that they are indigenous and Aborigine. Some people are even claiming Native American now.
Okay, we're talking about ADOS.
That's what I'm saying. That if you listen to ADOS, some of them are dividing themselves as tribes, as not even black. So I don't think you're following it. Some ADOS and FBA are literally saying they're not even black. They're saying that they're indigenous and native.
And this is why I need you as immigrants for a moment to be quiet, because you're ignorant of what you're talking about. When we say that when people are saying they're Native Americans, you don't understand, once again, the history in this country. Because when the white people came over here, not only did they bring slaves, there were actually black people already here. And some of us are indigenous to this land, but they are still black people.
And that's why I'm saying that some of them are saying they're not black. Some are saying that they are Indian.
Because a lot of black people don't want to use that term. What you're saying is meaningless statements right now because it doesn't have anything to do with the ADOS conversation. Again, let's go back to what I asked you. What is the purpose of ADOS? You're mad because we separated that, but what does ADOS represent and why are we claiming ADOS? Do you know, yes or no? And if you do, please explain.
You're separating yourself so that you can claim reparations.
So how can you sit in one breath and tell me that we don't need to do that in order to claim it?
Oh no, I never said you don't have to do it. I'm saying that when you did it, no, I'm saying when you did it, then you started to get anti-xenophobic. I'm not saying you. I'm saying Tariq was pushing that anti-black immigrant rhetoric when he said hold your.
No, you're going to tell me, thank you for muting the mic, but you're going to tell me that once we asked for reparations, then we started getting xenophobia. You know that ever since immigrants have been coming over here, y'all have been feeling this way about us. This didn't just come about yesterday. When I was 17 years old, ma'am, I went to school with Africans who looked at all the black people on campus and told us we were not fucking one of them. And they stayed away from us like the plague and was up white people's assholes all day because they were told we were ghetto. So I've heard that shit since I was 17. So please don't blame that on ADOS saying now we're starting to talk about y'all. That's
but
not
black people in America call themselves ghetto as well. And as soon as you get money, you run to the suburbs. So it is a problem among all black people around the world. Okay.
All black people
but
around the world.
But you can't act like a super Negro and say, okay, ADOS is better than everybody else.
We didn't say we were better
than everybody else. We all had slavery.
We didn't say we were better than everybody else.
But that's what I'm saying. You are not saying that.
But you live in a country that you think doesn't oppress your black ass and you walk around proudly with your Indian ass husband on your arm says that you have no idea what the fuck is going on in this country, ma'am.
That's the sad part. I do. I support all the black businesses in my area, and I speak to black Americans.
You basically just told me because we say we're ghetto, what's wrong with other people saying that about us? That was disrespectful too. Y'all niggas is disrespectful and it just flows out your mouth and you don't even see how disrespectful you are. You have said several offensive things on this fucking call since you've been here. You said we've been getting our ass whooped for 400 years.
And it's true.
It's true. And how long have you been getting your ass whooped, man?
Not at all. That's the thing. You can imagine that every country is the same.
No, answer my question.
We never had to. We've never been a hashtag.
How long have you been getting your ass whooped? Answer that question.
So it's not the same. So yes, there are blacks that come here and cool.
No, you just said, no. Mute her mic. You just said a minute ago that you agreed with me when I said black people are oppressed all across this world. No matter where you go, we're all in a fight against the oppressor. We're being oppressed everywhere, right? You agreed with that. Now you're telling me it's not the same. I'm gonna ask you again. How long has your black ass been oppressed? Since you want to tell us how long we've been oppressed.
Dogs and police officers. Who else?
Ma'am, answer the question. How long have you been getting your ass whooped by the colonizers since you know so much about how long we've been getting our ass whooped? How long have you been getting your ass whooped?
We never had dogs, Mechee. We never had Jim
Dogs are not
I'm telling you, our situation is different.
You can be oppressed in many ways. See how she don't want to answer this, y'all? See what I'm talking about? Everything is our fault. She is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. She's not hearing a fucking thing that's said. She's come up here and been disrespectful as hell. Y'all been getting your ass whooped for 400 years and you still getting your ass whooped. And somehow her black ass think that she's not a part of that living in this country. That is ridiculous to me.
I told you earlier, you're saying that immigrants don't support you when you riot or whatever it is. But you can't tell who the immigrants are because when you look, all you see is black faces. When the police pulls me over, they don't think that I'm American. I mean, they don't think that I'm an immigrant until I open my mouth. Yeah, because I'm black. When anything happens, I'm black first.
You're black in the colonizer's eyes, but you're a different kind of black in your own eyes, ma'am.
How am I a different kind of black? I literally live in the hood. Yeah, my husband makes over 6 figures and we live in the hood because I don't want to live among white people. Yeah.
Okay. But you should. You should go live around Indians or something. Because often black people you live around, you feel a certain way about them. And it's seeping out your mouth tonight. So you should probably not live around them because you don't give a fuck about black people in this country. Because you just made the comment about how long we've been getting our ass whooped. Can I ask you what was the purpose of that comment? Are you trying to tell us that we keep getting our ass whooped and we're not fighting? So when are we going to win?
No, I'm saying that you're getting your ass whooped and you're blaming black immigrants.
When
Like
have we ever
honestly, you got
blamed
Arabs
you?
and
When
Chinamen in
when did
the
we
hood
blame
eating black
you
people,
for what has
and
been happening to us in this country? When the fuck did we do that? Ma'am, now you lying.
but you yourself have said it. You have done shows where women are
When
getting their ass
I
kicked
have never
by
done
Chinese and
shows where
Arab
I
men for
blamed
fake hair.
immigrants for
You're
what
not
was
seeing.
happening to us in this country. You are now lying. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and lay down with your Indian ass husband and stop lying on here because you're making yourself look bad. I have never, matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever fucking done a video where I've actually gone in on black immigrants and said what I had to say today, because I'm usually promoting Pan-Africanism. I'm usually talking shit about Tariq for the stuff that he does, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm kind of fucking starting to agree with him tonight because of people like y'all. And then you sit up here and say this shit and you won't even own up to the disrespectful shit that just came out of your mouth. We have never, and you have never heard Mechee blame immigrants for our fight in this country. You have never heard that. Stop fucking lying on us.
Who says it? That's the thing. I'm not saying it's you.
You just
I said I caught your last show on the end, and
you said that I've done shows on it before, and the show I just did, I didn't blame y'all for where we are. No, the fuck I didn't.
So I said I'm calling you now. I'm saying is I didn't say it was you. I'm saying that Tariq has said it, Professor Black Truth, and a bunch of other people. It's not you. Yes, but I'm saying that there are other ADOS and FBA that says it. I'm not saying it's you.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not down with Tariq. I'm not down with Professor Black. I don't like none of them. But
that's what I'm telling you.
I've never heard
your sentiment is a little bit different than theirs.
We've never blamed y'all for where we are in this country. We've never done that. Nobody said it's y'all fault. How the fuck would it be y'all fault when we've been oppressed long before you got here?
You are not saying it. You're being a bit logical, but they are not saying that. That's what I'm saying.
I've never heard any of them say that, and I don't even like Tariq. But Tariq did not say that it's y'all fault that we're oppressed. He did not say that. You're lying.
Tariq never said that.
Tariq did not say.
Tariq comes on and says, "Oh, it's the."
I've never heard.
He says it's the immigrants in the court that are stopping you from getting reparations.
Why would it be y'all fault that we're oppressed? Y'all don't oppress us. We know y'all niggas too. Y'all the only ones that don't know you niggas when you get here. Why would we ever say you were oppressing us? You have no power to do so. You and niggas.
That's what I'm saying. I never said you.
We didn't say you.
I'm saying that is the
y'all are
rhetoric that
disrespectful though. Y'all are very disrespectful in our plight and the things that y'all say about us.
But sometimes the truth hurts, okay? Sometimes the truth hurts.
So tell me what's the truth. Before we get off this call, go ahead and run down to me what's the truth about ADOS that you want us to know about ourselves, us Black Americans. Tell me. What's the truth?
First of all, you cannot claim that you helped immigrants to get here. There's no way that you had the power to help immigrants to get here when the white man had his foot on your neck. You're telling me that you were so kind that you extended your generosity to help immigrants when you didn't help yourself. It makes no sense. The European is the one that's pulling the strings on everything from the resources that everyone gets around the world. Okay.
Look at you praising them white folks, girl. Bye. So what you don't understand is politics and political things. You do understand that Black folks have been fighting for civil rights, and civil rights is about human rights. They're about human rights. And as long as we've been fighting and the shit that we do in the street, everybody uses Black people in this country to fight battles. And when we're done fighting them, there's usually change, but the change comes for everybody else but us. Are you fucking serious? I'm not even going to go back to the civil rights movement. Just recently, Black folk was crying for y'all motherfuckers at ICE talking about why the fuck. Now, when we say immigrants, that means all immigrants, okay? And they were fighting about the fact that y'all should be let in this country and not treat y'all a certain way when Trump decided to let immigrants not come in here.
Even if you cried, you said that you cried for us at the gates or whatever. You do not dictate what happens in the end. Everything done in America has to go through the rules.
This is why you should put some respect on our name, chick. Now I'm fucking tired of you, because the truth is Black people do have an effect on what happens in this fucking country. This is why everybody uses us, including the LGBT motherfucking Q, to get their movements across. It's called co-oping. It's called your ass hasn't been in this country long enough to understand the enemy in this country, although we do. If our vote and the shit that we do doesn't ever make a hill of a difference, Why the fuck do they work so hard to get our vote to put a motherfucker in the White House? They use us by numbers and they use us to promote people's agenda. And then they will say, oh, look at the black people supporting it. We should let it in because of racism. Although the movements never benefit us, they just benefit everybody else. See, that's why you should just shut the fuck up talking about us, because you are ignorant to what happens in this country. You are ignorant to how we have played a part and where your black the fucking ass is. You are ignorant as to why we claim ADOS for our reparations. You are ignorant to our fucking fight, and you are ignorant to the goddamn enemy in this country. And as far as we're concerned, bitch, you married to a motherfucking enemy, walking around with a pale ass man calling yourself black. You have no understanding of who we are, and this is why the fuck we can't rock with y'all. Z-Banger, please get this chick the fuck off my page, because I'm tired of trying to talk nonsense to your dumb ass.